What is up, interwebnet people? Welcome to the very first Talks Online. We decided to do this because if you can't make it to the cons, we'll bring the Talks on Tour interviews to you. Hence Talks Online. So as you can see, we've got our two moderators, Gary Jones. Say hi, Gary.
Hello, everyone.
And we've got the madness Michael Lunatic. Yeah, we don't know where everybody is on the setup. Michael.
Hey up.
And our first ever guest, Mr. Liam Walsh. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right. I was doing my usual last minute, trying to get everything sorted. Basically, getting into character, really.
Typical Jean. Typical Jean.
Absolutely.
Now, if you guys haven't met Liam before, he is a Ruby cosplayer, specifically Jean d'Arc from Ruby, and you do a specific wrestling version of him.
Yeah, I do a pro wrestling Jean cosplay, which it came about from a really strange concept of. I saw this image of Ruby German suplexing Yang, and it was the funniest thing to me. And I started thinking about, like, if the characters actually watch wrestling, who amongst the Ruby characters would like wrestling the most? And I thought Jean and Ruby probably would. So I thought, why not just design something based around that?
Yeah, so I've seen you around cons before with your Ring of Honor Championship belt.
Yep.
Yeah. The replica one you picked up online?
Yeah, I picked that one up online. There was an issue when I first got it in that we couldn't find where it had gone for like a few days because apparently it had been delivered. It turns out it was with the neighbours.
Oh, sweet. Now, you don't just do this on your own, do you? You've got a friend of yours who does Librarian as a similar style.
Yep. He's doing Librarian. He's taking a few breaks from Birmingham stuff. We've got another Librarian who's going to be doing it soon. He was supposed to be joining us at Birmingham, but obviously, given this whole virus that we've got going on, that's not really possible.
No. I think we'll try and limit the amount we talk about the C virus in the interview.
Yeah. I'll try not to bring it up. It's just that's probably why we wouldn't be able to see him.
Liam. Do you actually wrestle a lot of people at these Comic Cons and stuff?
I've given a couple of Stone Cold Stunners to people at con.
Gary!
Because there is a video somewhere, because you guys know Fractured Moon Network. On one of their Birmingham vlogs, I gave the other Lyran a Stone Cold Stunner.
Nice. So when it comes to your wrestling, obviously you're pretty big fan of your wrestling, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Right. What's your era?
I don't really have a specific era because most eras are great, but then sometimes they have terrible stuff in it as well. Because you've got the Attitude era, which everybody says is great. It's got Stone Cold, The Rock, the whole Stone Cold Vince McMahon feud. But at the same time, you've got pretty horrible stuff that happened in that as well. That if you go back and watch it now, is pretty horrible.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff there.
Right.
I think in terms of quality, I'd say the stuff that we've got now, in terms of the actual wrestling itself happening today, is better than the wrestling that we had back then. Because the wrestling back then was like 3 or 4 minutes.
Well, it's more story driven nowadays than it was back then. When it comes to the wrestling that I remember, I'm like the very late Hulk Hogan Ultimate Warrior era, like round about WrestleMania 6-7, which is about 1989, 1990-ish. That's when I got started, and I went through the entirety of the Attitude era, and I just found it really entertaining. I don't watch it as much now, but I can still remember the characters, and obviously when I spotted you in your costume with your Ring of Honor belt, I thought, I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't actually know a lot of wrestling fans that actually watch Ring of Honor, to be honest, these days. But I think they're doing all right now because they had a bit of a rocky year last year.
Do you smell what the Rock is cooking?
Well, I can definitely smell what Helen's cooking because she was cooking biscuits earlier. Right. So going back to the cosplay side of things, Liam. All the stuff that you've done. Give us a lowdown on what you've done.
A couple of other ones I've done. One that probably I'd be well known for was Scout from Team Fortress 2, because I did that for, I think it was about 3 years. I did that for 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I know him.
Yep. I think after that, then I started doing a couple of other different ones. I think the first different one was I tried to do like a really sophisticated guy with a suit and cane, but that didn't really take. And I wasn't really happy with it overall, so I thought I'd ditch that for a little while. For one con, I actually did a proper wrestler's cosplay. I actually did Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah. I know him.
And then after that, I did Future Gohan, which is the Gohan with one arm.
I like
which
that
was
one.
Quite a funny. It was quite a funny experience because when I had the my arm
Armless.
tucked into my shirt, because I made a lot of arm puns. But one of the photographers legitimately thought I only had one arm, and when I came back with my other arm out the next day.
Well, I'm gonna do that sort of with my upcoming Oran because he has his arm tucked into his robes, but you can still see it. He's still got his hand stuck out.
I will say, if you keep it there for a long time, it's going to hurt when you take it out.
Yeah. But luckily he does that that really like flamboyant, like throws his arm out of his robe and he's like, come at me, bro.
Yeah, and the other one was kind of almost a metalhead style Umbreon.
Yeah.
Which I remember one previous Talksontour appearance I actually had with Michael. I was in that costume with. I think you might remember my fiance was Wiz. We had Mad Mod and we had Spider Gwen as well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is anything you could be doing coming up? Obviously, because what's going on, it's likely that most, if not all, conventions are going to be cancelled this year. So, have you got anything planned for 2021?
I think for 2021, what I've got planned is I want to upgrade this genre wrestling cosplay as well. One thing I want to do is kind of turn it into a bit more like a proper, like, extravagant trench coat sort of thing, because I've been looking at New Japan wrestler Hiroshi Tanahashi and his kind of coat designs, and I want to try and emulate something like that, but with the actual Pumpkin Pete logo like splashed in the middle somewhere. Another one is doing actual proper normal Ruby cosplay like Mercury Black. I want to try and do him at some point.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I met you through the Ruby meets because I did Roman.
Yeah.
He's the only Ruby character I do, but I definitely want to have a crack at doing either Ozpin or Oobleck at some point. Mainly because they wear glasses, so which is the best part.
Fair enough. We know one Oobleck guy, and he's brilliant.
Yeah, I think I've seen him around actually. But guys, is there anything you want to ask Liam before we end this interview up?
Liam, what have you been doing in isolation?
Trying to basically stay alive. I've lost all. I've basically lost the sense of how to get up in the morning. I'm just getting up in the afternoons now.
We dragged you out of bed.
No. I got up about 15 minutes beforehand, so it's all good.
Nothing like morning glory, eh?
5:30 a.m. I got up.
Yeah. I've been spending most of my time playing Final Fantasy 14 just to pass the time.
Have you played 7 yet? The remake?
I've still not played the remake yet. I'll have to get that at some point.
I don't even own a PS4, so I can't even think of even getting one yet. But I've heard it's had rave reviews about it. Apparently, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah, apparently there are a few things that are a bit. They've changed some things. I'm not going to go into details because I don't want to spoil it for anybody who might be watching. But apparently there are some details that do get changed that people aren't really happy about.
Oh,
yeah, but you've got to go with what you can do. I mean, sometimes you can't keep everything from an old game. Specifically, like what happened in Resident Evil 3, where they cut all of the clock tower stuff out.
But I know one thing that people worried about was the whole combat system, because it went very close to the Final Fantasy 15 region of combat.
Gary, what on earth are you eating? Sausages.
Why not?
There's
I think we've got Gary here for community relief.
no lockdown in Mexico.
You're in your shed, aren't you, Gary?
I mean, technically, you could say that I'm kind of in a shed because my bedroom is literally right next to it.
I have an outhouse. You wouldn't want to have an interview in there, trust me.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, guys, I think we've had quite a successful first interview, so I think we'll wrap it up there. Thanks for coming, Liam. It's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Thanks for having me.
We've got little ones chatting around. All right. So, guys, we will see you in the next video. Thanks for tuning in. So, like, subscribe to the channel, doing my outro. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. finished the interview. If you look back in the footage, you'll see where we ended it.
You finished it without me, have you?
Thanks for that. So you got Michael drinking beer, you got Gary eating.
You got me trying to stop this wig flying into my face.
Am I the only one who's actually prepped up for all of this?
Probably.
All right then. Right, guys. Thanks for helping out with this one. Bye, Carl.
Stop flashing.
He's plugging himself. Look at
Is that, I was about to say, is that going to go like the post credits joke scene?
No, I think that's going to be the thumbnail. You know.
It's gonna...